So I think I discussed this a few days ago, but there's a couple of Jewish channels on TV. One of them is a Jewish broadcasting system. And one of the shows that they have that they show a lot is called L'chaim. And it's, I forget the name of the host, but I tuned in. He had three guests. He had three rabbis. He had a Reconstructionist rabbi, a conservative rabbi, and a modern Orthodox rabbi. And they were discussing the Rosh Hashanah prayer. Some people do it on Yom Kippur too. Untitled Chapter. And what does Untitled Chapter mean? Let us speak of the awesomeness. The issue was that they didn't like the message it was conveying on the surface because it seemed to instill fear. Now, that's part of its reason, is to instill fear. Who shall live? Who shall die? But it goes on, like a tochacha, the warning that we have in the Torah. Who shall die by water? Who shall die by fire? Who shall die by disease? Who shall die by a car crash? Or I guess by then the horse throwing him, I don't know. But it goes through that, and one of the rabbis made the point of saying, I wouldn't want to say this to a kid. It's scary to think that in only 10 days, that's it. That's your judgment. 10 days, God's going to decide whether you're going to live out the next year or whether you're not. So, first of all, one of the things I remember learning is that, we say on Yom Kippur, may you be sealed in the book of life. Now, someone once said that you actually have to Shemini Atzeret. It's like, when you have a payment due after 30 days and they give you 10 days grace. It's kind of like that. Because the high holidays, we think of them as Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, but in a way, they go all the way from the first of Elul, when we're doing Psalm 27, all the way to the end of Shemini Atzeret. It's like over a month and a half. So you kind of get that extra time. But here's the issue, and here's what the rabbis were having an issue with. Is that it? Is it just those 10 days and that's it? And most of them agreed that, or they wanted to believe, one of them made that point, that it's really kind of a metaphor. Hanukkah is really kind of a metaphor. It's not necessarily that God's sitting up there, looking at his cosmic watch going, Rosh Hashanah, let's get out that ledger and that cosmic pen and let's make a decision. No. The idea is that what you do determines what happens. My point of view is that we are constantly judged each and every day. We're judged every minute of the day. God is watching us. And in fact, and we've talked about this before, forgive me for I've erred, pardon me for I've sinned. We say that all throughout the weekday, except on Shabbat, throughout the course of the year. So we're always looking to see where can we understand more, where can we gain benefit, a sincere desire to do better, and a sincere desire to repent and continue and be redeemed. That's throughout the course of the year. Why then do we have Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and this scary piyut, this scary poetry? It's because this is the time when we're going to focus in. Just like Shabbat is the seventh day of the week and thus the day of rest of spiritual regeneration, I submit to you that the seventh month, Tishrei, which is the beginning of the spiritual year. Remember, and we're going to address this next week in the Torah reading for Shemini Atzeret, the Jewish year begins in the spring, the month of Aviv, which is now the month of Nisan when we came out of Egypt for freedom. That's the new year of the Jewish New Year, the new year. But we really observe, it's the observance of the new year in the seventh month when we change the year. So in a sense, we've had 7 months already of 5781. You could say that. But actually, we haven't. Because this is the beginning of the year. Because this is the month. How many rest days do we have in this month? Rosh Hashanah 1, Rosh Hashanah 2, Yom Kippur, Sukkot 1, Sukkot 2, that's 5, Shemini Atzeret, Simchat Torah. We've got 7 days, 7 rest days in 1 month. And aside from the other Shabbatot that we have, right? That's a lot of rest days because this is the time when you really focus. All right, maybe I did this, maybe I didn't do that, but this is the time when we go through the whole laundry list of sins, Hashamu, Bagadu, Kabbalah, Yipinu Erev, right? And the Al-Hates, when we really look, and maybe we catch something that we think we did. We didn't think it was a sin, but oh my gosh, I did that. Wow. But the whole point is what we get out of that is that I can do better. That's the point of the Tonic Token. I can do better, and I will do better. I'm committing to do better. You take a vow. You tell somebody, I'll tell you what, I am so sincere in the way I feel and what I'm going to do. I'm willing to give up food and water for 24 hours, 25 hours, 26 hours. That's quite a commitment.
Thank you for calling AmeriCash Loans, American Cash to Go, and First Rate Financial. Your call may be monitored and/or recorded for quality assurance and training purposes. If you know your party's 3-digit extension, you may enter it at any time, or please choose from the following options. Press 1 if you have a pending application. Press 2 if your account is past due and would like to speak.
Always want to strive to do better. Our religion tells us, take care of the widow, take care of the orphan, welcome the stranger, help your brother who's destitute get back on his feet.
Amplify subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
May you all be sealed in the book of life for a healthy, prosperous, and joyous year, 5781. Questions, comments?